Nobody puts baby in the corner.
I did. I totally put baby in the corner. And my husband's been walking around the house saying, and you're getting Juki with it. Hey friends, welcome to Vlogmas Day 23. Just a couple of days to Christmas. I don't know about your household, but we are getting ready. My mother-in-law is baking up a storm in the kitchen. You'll hear her in the background as I'm chatting with you. She has made about 1 million sugar cookies. She's making some concoction with pineapple and Jell-O. She's made some homemade rolls. Oh my goodness. It is not the best place for me to be, but it smells amazing. So in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about my friends over at So Quilting. If you don't know who they are, let me just bring you up to speed. So Quilting is a brick and mortar quilt shop out of Las Vegas, Nevada, run by 3 brothers, Brody, Tiancum, and Zach. They also have an online presence on their website at soyaquilting.com and a channel right here on YouTube. On their channel, they do collabs with other industry professionals, other content creators, and they do live sale events. It's a ton of fun. Every Saturday and Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific time or 8 p.m. Eastern time, they sell fabric and notions. On the Saturday sale, it's a D-stash, so it's clearance or wholesale-like pricing for older lines, and on Tuesday, it's the newer lines at their normal prices. The website has had some issues in the past, if I'm being honest, but the brothers have invested a lot of resources into really making that website work for them. And I can tell you, I've put a couple of orders in the past month or so, and I have been completely pleased with my experience, and I highly, highly recommend. If you want to check out their website, you can use the link in the first comment down below this video. If you've been around my channel for a minute, you know that my parents have been talking about moving in with us in 2023. And my mom has shared that she really wants to make NICU baby quilts when she moves in. I know when she does that, she's going to need a sewing machine that is very similar to the Baby Lock Aria that I have been sewing on for the past couple years. Since that's the only sewing machine I have, I know I need to buy another one. And I've been thinking about, do I need to buy another computerized machine similar to the Baby Lock, or do I want to step up my game and buy something that stitches a bit faster? That was actually the reason why I bought the Baby Lock Aria, because I thought it stitched faster than the machine I had before. Come to find out, they stitched the same speed. So I had a live sale event a couple of weeks ago where they showcased all of the Juki models that they have in store. And because the Juki TL2010Q is a machine that I have had my eye on, I went to window shop. I did not plan to buy the machine during that event because I'm still working on the construction for my garage renovation where I'm turning it into the ultimate quilter studio. And I just didn't feel it was fiscally responsible to take on the purchase for a new sewing machine when I had one that worked and did everything I needed it to do, and I was still paying for the garage. But I did want to be equipped with all of the information about the different Jukis that were out there, specifically the TL2010Q. And I really liked the idea of getting that information directly from Tiancum because I trust his information and I value his input. If I'm being honest, I've been eyeing one of these machines that do 15 to 1600 stitches per minute ever since I went out to Vegas and did the So show with them. I got to play on a Janome while I was there, and I think I may have let it drop a couple of times that I wanted one of those machines. So when the live sale event was over and there wasn't an order from Becca, Tiancum reached out to have a little chat. In fact, he gave me an offer I could not refuse. He offered to send me a Juki TL2010Q, no strings attached, no commitment to buy, for me to play with for 90 days. If at the end of those 90 days, I loved the machine and I wanted to keep it, then we could settle up the bill then. But if at any point during those 90 days, I don't like it and I want to send it back, all I got to do is package it back up in the box carefully, pay for the shipping, and send it back to So Quilting. No strings attached. Literally, this is the definition of try before you buy. How could I not take that deal? I don't think Tiancum's a betting man. But if he were, I think he would be betting on this machine not coming back to their shop. I've got 90 days to try this machine out, so we'll see what happens. In fact, for the next 90 days, I'm going to commit to sewing mostly from the Juki. I say mostly because this machine is a straight stitch only machine. It does one thing very fast, very well. So if there's a project that's going to require a zigzag stitch or something else, I'll probably have to put this aside and pull out the baby lock. But everything else is going to be right here from this Juki. The machine showed up on our porch step yesterday, and I had intended to do this lovely unboxing video and show you what the inside of the box looked like and pull it all out and set it up. But honestly, opening the box took like 30 seconds, and pulling it out of the styrofoam and setting it on the table was very anticlimactic. The rest of the evening was spent learning how to thread the machine, learning how to wind some bobbins, and doing some test stitching and getting the tension just right. And then doing a practice piece to make sure that I could actually try out the machine. It was not very exciting footage, so I didn't record it. Instead, I focused on making sure I knew what I was doing, and I've adjusted my technique for today. Instead of doing an unboxing for the Juki, I want to give you my first impressions of the Juki compared to the baby lock. Now, I want to be careful here because I'm really comparing two different machines that are designed for two different purposes. The baby lock is a beautiful machine at a much higher price point, and it is computerized, and it does everything for you. The Juki is at a lower price point, and while it's not an industrial machine, it is an industrial-like machine. Both of these machines have their purpose. I don't want to say that either one is better than the other. I just want to see which one fits my needs better than the other one. The best piece of advice that I can give to you when it comes to buying a sewing machine is think about what you're going to do with that machine and buy for that need. So now that the Juki is out of the box, on the table, and I've used it to piece a little project, I want to give you my first thoughts. I do intend to use this over the next 90 days. So my opinions may change over time, and we'll see at the end of that 90 days if I kept it or I sent it back. I want to start off talking about some of the positives that I've noticed. The first one is how sleek this machine looks. Can't get past that. It is a more compact machine. It is definitely smaller than what I'm used to, but the lighting and the visibility around the needle is amazing. I can see everything I'm working on my projects, but I can also see stuff that's behind my machine. I don't feel like the machine's in the way. I feel like this is less bulky. The other thing I'm enjoying is how fast and responsive this machine is. It's just amazing. When you cut the thread, it cuts like that. It's super quick, super responsive, and sewing your straight stitch, super, super zippy. It goes through really quick. I haven't put a lot of bulk through the machine yet, but I have heard this machine can handle multiple layers. In fact, during the live stream where they were doing the Juki sales event, Tianka put something like 16 layers through the Juki. I've even checked out Sew Sweetness. I think Sarah from Sew Sweetness sews on this same Juki, and she's put a ridiculous amount of bulk to include foam for bag interfaces through the Juki. It can handle some layers, y'all. The other thing that I really like is the stitch quality on this machine. Not only is it stitching really, really fast, but those stitches are gorgeous. And because I have the ability to adjust my bobbin and my top tension manually, and I don't rely on a computer to do that for me, I get beautiful stitches on the top and the bottom of my fabric. I love that there are two thread spool holders, one dedicated for the bobbin and the other one dedicated to hold a spool of thread for my needle. This means that I can wind bobbins on this machine without unthreading my needle. That is definitely a win, especially when you start to look at some of the things that I don't love so much about this machine. The first one is the needle threader. While I don't want to compare the Juki to the baby lock, the needle threader on this machine is subpar. It's not a computerized machine. It has a needle threader assistant, not an automatic threader. And what that means is it's got like a little tool that if you wrap the thread around it just right and you push down on a lever, the thread will go through the needle. I haven't been able to get it to work. I don't know if that's user error. It probably is. But until I can actually figure out how it works and actually start using it, I can't tell you if I like it or not. So right now, I am threading my needles by hand and by eye, and I don't like it. The positive side of this is because I have a whole spool of thread dedicated to my needle, and I always piece with the same color, 6722 50 weight Aurifil, then I know that I only really have to rethread my needle if my thread breaks or I need to change a spool, which is usually when I run out of that thread. I've got a brand new spool of thread on this machine, so it might be a while before that happens. Hopefully, it'll be enough time for me to figure out how to work the needle threader. If I can never figure that out, I do have a couple of things that I think will help. The first one is, I'm pretty sure the needle they put in this machine is a smaller needle, so the hole or the eye of the needle is going to be a little bit smaller. Tiankum talked about how needles are constructed in one of their So Yeah episodes early on in 2021. I'll try to link it and put it in the first comment down below this video. You should really check it out. Tons of helpful information there. But the concept is the smaller your needle is, the smaller the eye or the hole is, which is harder to see and consequently harder to thread. If I step up into an 80-12 or even a 90-14 needle, then that hole is going to be a little bit bigger and it's going to be a little easier for me to see and a little bit easier for me to thread. I've already got some 80-12 and 90-14 high-speed needles en route to me. They'll get here in the next couple of days, and I'm hoping that that will help when I have to manually thread the machine. The second thing is I can pick up for just $1 or $2, and I'm sure I have some floating around my room somewhere, those little tools that you use to thread the eye of your needle for when you're hand sewing. I am positive you could probably use that to thread the eye of your needle on your sewing machine too. So while threading the needle is a pain point, it's not one that would prevent me from keeping this machine. The other thing that I don't really love about this machine is the inability for the presser foot to automatically raise when I stop sewing. I have that on my baby lock and I use it all the time. But Juki has an answer to that. It's called the knee bar. This is a tool that is not unique to just Juki. They sell them or include them in several sewing machine models. I have one for my baby lock. I never use it. These are a great tool, but for me, it's not comfortable to use, and I'll talk you through why. But first, let me tell you how this works. You take this end and put it into a designated hole in the front of your machine, and once it's in there, this tells the presser foot whether or not to raise or lower. When the knee bar is in this position, the presser foot is down. And when it's in this position, the presser foot is up. So as you're sewing, this is designed to rest next to your leg, and you can just slide your knee over, hence the term knee bar, and push it to the side, pivoting it, thus raising your presser foot. When you move your leg away from the bar, it springs back to its resting position and the foot goes down. So this is a tool that I think a lot of quilters use. I never have used it. I didn't use it with my baby lock, and I tried to use it with the Juki, and I don't want to use it with the Juki. This is entirely a me issue, not a machine issue. When I'm sewing, I like to sit directly in front of the needle so that the center of my body is lined up with that needle. And I can't do that with this knee bar. With the knee bar in the place that it's at and the size of my legs, I have to position myself to the left of the needle, and I don't feel like I get a good visual on what I'm actually sewing. And so I've actually taken it out, and I'm not really using it right now. That means that if I want my presser foot to raise while I'm sewing, I have to reach back behind and lift it manually. Not a showstopper, but a little bit of an inconvenience. I am thinking about some other ways that I could use that knee bar. I don't know if I necessarily have to use it with my right leg, and so I might put it through a test where I continue to sit in my normal position, but see if I can use the knee bar with my left leg, if there's enough room to be able to do the raise lower action, and maybe that's a win or a way that I can continue to use the knee bar. Overall, I'm really happy to have the machine, and I've been playing around with it. I even made a patchwork placemat. Super fun. It sewed really nicely. My stitches looked beautiful on the top, beautiful on the bottom. And as of right now, I would recommend the machine. However, I still have 89 days to go on my trial. And I don't know if I just love it because of the newness and the novelty of it, or because it's a really good sound machine. So we'll see what my opinion is 89 days from now. Who knows? I might not have the machine anymore. If you're looking to buy a sewing machine and you know you want to pull the trigger with Sew Yeah right now, or maybe you just need some fabric and notions, I have an affiliate link for you. In the first comment down below this video and the description box of every video I post going forward, you'll have that affiliate link. And if you forget the link, no big deal. All you got to do is go over to sewyeahquilting.com and use the code SEWBECCA, all one word, at checkout. Using that affiliate code or link is not going to add anything to your prices. You'll still get the same great prices from Sew Yeah Quilting, but I'll get just a little bit of money in my pocket to help with my operating expenses. The affiliate link, which is brand new as of today, and the Juki are the things that I was so excited to share with you. They've been secrets I've been sitting on for a little bit, and I'm so excited to have that out in the open for you. Sadly, I have already recorded this video a couple of times. Technology issues plague us all, my friend. So I've already opened all of my Advent stuff. So you're not going to get to see things open, but I do want to show you what we got for Missouri Star and the Katrinkles template. So let's do that. But before we dive into 2021's day 23 from Missouri Star, let's look back to 2018. Little drawstring bag with a tag that says it's handmade in the USA. It is lip balm in that lavender peppermint smell. I'm guessing this is made by the same company that made that handmade soap. In 2018, we got some lovely smelling lip balm. I remember using that a little bit, and then it grew legs and walked away, as do a lot of things that I use frequently. In 2021, we have rotary blades. Take a look. These are Missouri Star brand rotary blades. It is a pack of 2. They are size 45 millimeter. I did not know that Missouri Star made rotary blades. This is kind of cool. They're kind of getting into everything. I do use a Martelli rotary cutter, and I tend to stick with the Martelli blades. So I don't know if I'll use these, but I can pass them on to a quilting friend. Did you know that Missouri Star made their own blades? And if so, leave me a comment down below. Have you tried them? Are they good? Would you recommend them? For Katrinkles Day 11, let me show you the template we got. We have another bar template. This one is 3/4 of an inch by 2 1/4 of an inch. And we're going to use this bar, this template, in addition to a few others that we got in previous days to make this lovely, cute, teeny tiny little quilt block. I didn't work on day 10's block, so I don't have that to show you because I was busy setting up the Juki and playing with it. And I didn't want to start piecing a quilt block on this machine until I was sure I knew what I was doing with it. I'm sure you can relate to that. So this evening, after we get back from looking at Christmas lights and having dinner, I do plan to do block number 10 and block number 11. So if you want to see what blocks 10 and 11 look like, you've got to come back tomorrow. You'll see block 10, 11, and the final one, block 12. So that's Vlogmas day 23 in the books. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. I can't wait. Tonight, Jason and I are taking the kiddos to some drive-through Christmas lights. We're going to do the Christmas Village afterwards. We'll come home, and then we have our tradition of opening our gifts to each other the night before all the chaos with the kids ensue, just so that we have some time to enjoy giving gifts to each other and seeing each other's reactions. We find if we wait to do that to the morning or the evenings when the kids open their gifts, it's going to get lost in the shuffle. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and that's when our family, our immediate family, celebrates Christmas. Tomorrow morning, Jason will pack up to go pick up Justice, bring him home for the weekend, and we'll open gifts as soon as he gets here. The kids get their gifts from us Christmas Eve, and then Christmas morning is when our extended family come over for the day, and we will have Christmas dinner together and exchange gifts. So 3 days of presents. I'm game. Thank you so much for watching this video with me. Don't forget to come back tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 24. And tomorrow at 8 p.m., I will still be live. I'm going to be making some bowl cozies as last-minute Christmas gifts. for that family exchange on Saturday. I'd love a chance to sew with you, so don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell to the right, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye! If this video did not work, I quit.